Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Lee, and today I'll be sharing my presentation on Italy's nutrition, health, and global impact. I'm going to take a look at what Italians traditionally eat, what kinds of health issues are currently affecting the population, and how globalization has played a role in shaping diets today. I'll also give my own thoughts on some public health strategies that could help improve nutrition and well-being in Italy moving forward. When people think of Italy, food is usually one of the first things that comes to mind. Italian cuisine is loved around the world, but there's more to it than just pasta and pizza. At the core of Italy's traditional eating style is the Mediterranean diet. This includes lots of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, olive oil, and fish, with smaller amounts of red meat and dairy. But what really stands out about Italian food culture is the value placed on fresh, seasonal ingredients and the way meals are shared. Eating is seen as a social experience, not just something you do quickly to get it over with. Meals are often eaten with family and can last for hours. Even though dishes vary by region, there's a strong cultural identity around food. In fact, UNESCO officially recognized the Mediterranean diet as part of Italy's cultural heritage back in 2013, which shows how deeply rooted these traditions are. Despite this rich and healthy food culture, Italy is still facing some major health challenges. The leading cause of death in the country is cardiovascular disease, and that's been consistent for years, according to the World Health Organization. There's also growing concern about child obesity and early signs of type 2 diabetes, especially in urban areas. These health issues are becoming more common as younger generations move away from traditional home-cooked meals and instead rely on fast food and convenient snacks. This shows that even countries with strong food traditions are not immune to modern health trends. Research has consistently shown that following the Mediterranean diet is one of the best ways to reduce the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. A study by Sophie and his team in 2014 found that people who stick closely to this diet live longer and have lower risks of these major health issues. But over the past couple of decades, Italy has seen a rise in processed food consumption, especially among teens and young adults. Gallus and his colleagues in 2022 highlighted that snacks high in sugar, sodium, and saturated fat are replacing more traditional meals, and that shift is having a real impact. This change in eating habits is one of the reasons we're seeing more obesity and metabolic issues, even in a country with such a strong history of healthy eating. Globalization has had a huge effect on how people eat in Italy. On one hand, it has made food more accessible and added variety, but it has also introduced a lot of ultra-processed foods and fast food chains that have slowly replaced traditional meals, especially in urban areas. Today, it's not uncommon to see international fast food brands on every corner. Supermarkets are packed with packaged snacks, soft drinks, frozen dinners, and they're often cheaper than fresh, locally sourced foods. This shift is happening across the world, and according to Barry Popkin, a leading nutrition researcher, it's part of what's called the global nutrition transition. He explains that globalization leads to a more westernized diet high in added sugars, unhealthy fats, and sodium, even in countries like Italy that are known for their healthy eating culture. This change in food availability has also led to a shift in how people eat. Instead of home-cooked meals shared with family, more people, especially younger generations, are eating alone or skipping meals altogether. A 2021 study by Benicio and colleagues found that this move away from traditional Mediterranean eating habits is linked to a rise in chronic diseases like obesity and diabetes. So while globalization has brought more food choices, it has also made it easier to form unhealthy habits. The challenge is now figuring out how to protect Italy's food traditions while still adapting to a modern, globalized world. I think one of Italy's greatest strengths is its traditional Mediterranean diet. It's healthy, balanced, and part of the country's identity. But with the rise of fast food and processed snacks, that tradition is starting to fade, especially among younger generations. One solution is to start teaching healthy eating earlier, especially in schools. If kids learn how to cook simple meals with fresh ingredients and understand the value of their own food culture, they're more likely to carry those habits into adulthood. National campaigns could also help by promoting traditional meals in a positive way. Instead of just focusing on what people should avoid, these campaigns could highlight what's good, showing that healthy eating can still be affordable, tasty, and easy. Supporting local food systems is another important step. When people have easy access to fresh, seasonal food, they're more likely to make better choices. With the right mix of education, awareness, and access, I think Italy can hold onto its food traditions while also improving public health. These are the sources I used throughout my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate your time.